Hello everyone and welcome to part 9 of the Pokemon Red No Starter Run. This part we're going to be pretty much taking care of Route 11, I think it is, it's right to the right of Vermillion, as well as just exploring the rest of Vermillion itself. So the house right to the left of the Pokemon Center is where you can find the fishing dude, and the fishing dude will give us our first rod, the old rod. Unfortunately, and I think I touched base upon this I think last part, but the only thing the old rod can get us is Magikarps. And I don't know why the cry sounded so fucking weird. It might be the emulator, but whatever. Um, but yeah, Magikarp. I mean, what can I say? He's the butt of every joke. And, I mean, you know, if you know Magikarp, you know, obviously Gyarados is the only reason why you'd want Magikarp. Unfortunately, it levels up at level 20. It doesn't know anything except for Splash. I think at 15 it learns Tackle, but its stats are so horrendous that Tackle doesn't even really do much anyway. So you have to make that long trek up to level 20 until it's a Gyarados, until it's, you know, finally useful. But once it is a Gyarados, man, it's beautiful. It's awesome. If you're willing to put in the time for it, you can. Yeah, I would definitely recommend doing it because Gyarados is awesome. But we could have also gotten a Magikarp earlier in that Pokemon Center before Mount Moon, but I decided not to. You could buy it from that guy, but you know, meh. And this is what Nuggets do. Yeah, I think I talked about it when we got it, but yeah, if you sell it, you get a large sum of money. So definitely sell them. I mean, they're not. That's only a purpose. Is just to sell them. So as soon as you get one, you know, try to get rid of it because it could take up a lot of space. Eventually, you know, I mean, one slot, but you know, still, in this game, every space counts because of how bad the inventory system worked. But I'm just stocking up on some heals and shit and Pokeballs, just cause why not? It's better safe than sorry, and I hate fucking always going back and forth to the Pokemon Center. So yeah, so I think we could buy Super Potions now. I don't know if this is the first time we could buy them, but yeah, Super Potions, instead of healing, I think 20 HP is what a potion does. Super Potions do 50, so we're at that point in the game where potions are kind of useless, and you're gonna want to upgrade to Super Potions. But yeah, this chick right here, she'll do a trade with you. She'll trade a Spearow for Farfetch'd, and I decided, you know, why not? Because I don't plan on using Spearow, although I don't really plan on using Farfetch'd either, because Farfetch'd sucks. It's, you know, probably worse than Spearow, to be honest, just because Spearow is pretty good. But I decided just to show off how trading looks too, because this would kind of be like what trading would look like if you did it with one of your friends via link cable. Yeah, back in the day we had to use cables to trade. You youngsters got all good shit in the wireless and the online and the Wi-Fi, but yeah, I think that's the only place you get a Farfetch'd. I might be wrong. We'll find out later, because, you know, I'll be going through all the routes, listing off all the Pokemon you can get, and I'll probably be like, oh, here on route blah blah blah, you can catch Farfetch. Oh. But, to my knowledge, I think that's the only place you can get them. But, so yeah, if you want a Farfetch, there you go, just trade a Spearow. You could get Spearows fucking everywhere. I think they're even on the route before this. I think that was 6. But yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's all Vermillion's got to offer. We still have, here's the harbor, which is the main attraction, because south of the harbor, if you keep on following it, is the SSN, which is where we need to go for to get cut. But I figured I might as well clear up this route because there are a lot of trainers, just to get some levels. Because I mean, Lieutenant Surge, his highest is a Raichu. I don't remember what level it is though. It's between 26 and I want to say 29, just to be safe. I was thinking more 28, but just to be safe, I'll say between that range. So I definitely want to level up a bit. And this route will help do it, as well as SSN. There's some trainers there, so we're gonna be battling a lot. So we're not really anywhere near fighting Lieutenant Surge. We fight him in part 11, so because that's all I have up to recorded now. I should have to record some more, but yeah, that's that. So yeah, this is like I said, Route 11. Its main attraction is it's got Diglett's Cave right on it, which we just passed. I'll get more into Diglett's Cave when we have to go through that. That's after Lieutenant Surge. But as far as Pokemon we can catch here, we got some more version exclusives. In red, we can get Ekans. Although I don't really like Ekans, but I could catch it just for sake of catching it, just to have it. I could do that next session, but that's just me talking. Blue, you guys get Sandshrew, which I don't. Sandshrew pretty good, but Gen 1 it kind of sucks. I don't think it learns any good ground moves, but if you do have Blue and you're looking for a ground type Pokemon to beat Lieutenant Surge, yeah, you get a Sandshrew. Yellows get Pidgey. Huh. I don't know why Yellow gets Pidgey. That's kind of weird. You can get Spearows over here in both. Well, no, just for red and blue, not yellow. I guess they replace Spearow with Pidgey, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so if you want to get that Farfetch'd, you can catch a Spearow right here. Yellows get Rattatas, which is also kind of fucking weird. And then both yellow and red and blue, we get Drowsy. Drowsy is another psychic type, which is it's okay. I think Kadabra the Abra line is better. It's got a higher special attack. I think Drowsies are more special defense oriented, although this is Gen 1 of course, so it doesn't really matter. Either way, Psychic is gonna kick ass. And then yellow, we get Pidgeotos and Raticates. I don't know why red doesn't, it's kinda weird. And then yeah, some more fishing. Of course, all we can get right now is the Old Rod, so all we can get is Magikarp. But later on we can get some more water Pokemon. Only thing that really draws my attention here is a Horsey for yellow only, though. We get Shelders. I think we've seen those in Misty's gym. But that's only with Super Rod, which is a rod we don't have yet. So, bleh. What can you do? But yeah, that's a decent amount of Pokemon. But yeah, and then there are also a shit ton of fucking trainers. I'm not sure if I cut out too much, because there actually are some new trainer types over here. We run into mechanics or engineers. I forget what they're called in this game. And then gamblers, stuff like that. And Geodude learns self-destruct. I guess it's okay. It's kind of a last-ditch move if you're like that desperate, or if you're like, okay, Geodude's about to die, I might as well make use out of his death and take a Pokemon down with you. I never really use self-destruct. I fucking hate it. Especially this is more of just like a rant-ish kind of thing, but especially when it comes to trying to catch a Pokemon who knows self-destruct, it could be the most annoying thing in the world. You lower their health down to like the very end, you're about to catch them, boom, self-destruct. Not only do you lose the Pokemon, you probably die, and then you're like, fuck. And if you don't have any revives on you, you gotta haul your ass back to the Pokemon Center, or buy more Pokeballs if you're running low, and shit like that, and it gets annoying. I don't really run into that kind of stuff till like later gens, but still, for that alone, I hate self-destruct, but I figured why not just fucking teach it to Geodude. But yeah, then there was a gambler. Yeah, so there's a new trainer class. Not really sure how to describe what kind of Pokemon gamblers use. They're more of your traditional. I guess you could say traditional. Like they'll use fire. And I guess you saw earlier. There's grass, because yeah, see, he's got a Growlithe here. And I guess they could maybe use water. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm not really an expert on what kind of Pokemon classes use. I mean, you know, bug catchers obviously use bug. Youngsters usually use like kind of the younger normal type shittier Pokemon. But yeah, Gambler. And as you can see here, I mean, I'm trying to use Mankey a little bit more, but yeah, spoilers in these next couple parts, Mankey's gonna be he's not doing too hot. That's really all I can say. I mean, I don't think he's gonna stay, just because I don't really see the point. I usually use fighting types to take out rock or normal, but I don't know, I swear I've used like Karate Chop or something and it wasn't super effective on a normal type, and I'm like, this is bullshit. Gen 1, what the hell? So I feel like I'm gonna get rid of Mankey, but meh. Who knows? But as for now, Kadabra and I think even Geodude are permanent members. I cut that guy out, and there's a free escape rope if you want some hidden items. I don't know where all the hidden items are. If you want to find all the hidden items, there is a list on the Bulbapedia that I'm using of each route, of where the hidden items are. So if you're curious, you could look for that. Which is why I usually don't list them off, just because I don't know where all they are, and I honestly couldn't really care. They're never usually something like too amazing. Like here, for example, on this route, for just us, yeah, that was the only hidden item on this route, the escape rope. We could also get the item finder, but that's not a hidden item. That's what you get from one of the aids in the building to the right of us. But it's shit like that. That shit you could usually buy. I mean, you might find some ethers, which I don't think you could buy ethers, and those just restore PP. And I only use those in like desperate situations when I'm like nowhere near Pokemon Center. For some reason, I've ran out of a move that I like using a lot. So, eh. But yeah, here's a Magnemite, and I guess the reason why I might as well talk about it is because one, I'm running out of shit to talk about, and two, because later on in other gens, well, in Gen 2 he'll get into Steel typing, because Steel is a new type introduced in Gen 2, but then in Gen 3 and onward, he gains, you know, there are these things called abilities. I'm not really going to go into them just because Gen 1 doesn't have them. Maybe when I do Gen 3 I'll talk about abilities, but one of his abilities is called Levitate, which allows him to, well, obviously levitate, but it makes him impervious to ground type moves. So, although he does gain the electric and steel typing, which I think makes him 4 times weak to ground, so in Gen 2, try not to use Magnemite or Magneton, because I think they're 4 times weak to ground, and the abilities didn't exist yet, so yeah, that could be bad. But if it knows Levitate, then there goes that, and that's pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome Electric-type move, or Electric-type Pokemon from Gen 3 onward, especially because in Gen 4 he gets another evolution, Magnezone, which I don't know how much an improvement it is over Magneton, but still, it's something. So, yeah, if you want to use an Electric-type, I'd recommend Magnemite after Gen 2. Gen 3 and onward. That's when it becomes good. And yeah, here's his evolution Magneton. It's just 3 more. Yeah. But yeah, as of now, there's no Levitate to worry about, so ground types, boom, that's it. So there's pretty much me demonstrating how I'm going to take care of Lieutenant Surge. It's all Geodude. Because he has the ground typing and he knows Dig, he should have no problem whatsoever. And since he also has the rock typing, if they try to attack me with any normal type moves, because that's all they can really do, because electric type Pokemon don't learn like, they just learn like electric moves and normal moves. They don't learn like fucking grass type moves or fighting type moves. I mean, they could learn like a fighting type move via TM, like Brick Break, but Brick Break's Gen 3 and above, by the way, just for people who are curious. So I definitely do like Geodude and recommend him for Lieutenant Surge, although you would have to catch him way back in Mountain Moon. Here's one of those moves too that I've never understood, Sonic Boom. It's like I don't think it's a Magnemite exclusive, but Magnemites are generally known for using that move all the time. It's a normal type move, yet it does normal effective against a rock type Pokemon. It's annoying, and I think it does a set amount of damage all the time. It's kind of like Like Dragon Ray, it's just 40 HP damage every time regardless, um, which is good for early on, but then later on that kind of sucks. Um, but I think I don't know what it said requirement is, but it's one of those moves that always piss my life off. It's especially annoying early on, but although I have used a Magnemite in Black too, and that was using Sonic Boom with that thing was actually awesome. It was just one of those satisfying feelings to use what's been pissing my life off against, you know, the people I'm fighting, and it's just like, haha. Now they know what it feels like. Although they are just, you know, CPUs and AI and yeah, but you know, whatever. Um, so yeah, here's a Poliwag. It's water type. I still haven't really decided on what water type Pokemon I want. I've been thinking about it, just because I mean, I don't really desperately need a water type until fucking well later on when we need Surf. I was thinking Lapras just because that's the one that we get for free and it's an awesome Pokemon, but it's just so commonly used that I'm kind of like straying away from it. I was also thinking Vaporeon, just because I've never really used a Vaporeon, although I heard they're awesome. But once again, that's kind of streamlined, and a lot of people use it, and so I don't know. I might use one of these guys, maybe a Poliwag, maybe a Horsey, although I'd rather use Horsey Gen 2 onward because in Gen 1 it just has one evolution into a Seadra, but then Gen 2 it gets another evolution called Kingdra, and it also gains a Dragon typing. So, I would just feel kind of cheated if I used it in this gen, as opposed to any other kind of gen. But yeah, here's one of these houses that separates the Pokemon, or the Pokemon, the routes. If you go upstairs, there's one of Professor Oak's aides that'll give you the item finder. I'll go back up there. But yeah, this is Route 12. Unfortunately, we can't do much here. And there's Type Potion if you want it. We can't do much here because that sleeping Pokemon's blocking the path. You know, Snorlax if you know him. But we can't get him out of the way for a long time, so we're not going to be going there for a while. And I guess you could trade with that person as well, but, you know, I don't have the Pokemon and I don't give a fuck, so. And here's the aid that I was talking about. Yeah, so, as he just said, if you've caught 30 different kinds of Pokemon, he'll give you the item finder. I've only caught 15, but whatever. The item finder pretty much just lets you find the hidden items. I've never personally used it just because, well, one, I've never cared, and two, if I wanted to look for them, I just used, like, some kind of online guide. It'd be much easier. Because I've heard the item finder is a pain in the dick, although I don't know how it works in Gen 1, but I've used it in Gen 5 just because it's got the touchscreen capability and shit, so it's easier. But it still sucks. Like I said, hidden items aren't all that great anyway, so it's not like you're gonna find some like insanely awesome TM or like a fucking brick. Well, you might find a rare candy. I don't know. Or maybe like a Master Ball. No, that wouldn't happen. But yeah, I ran into a Drowsy here on Route 11. I figured I'd at least try to catch it. I don't know why, even though I've already got Kadabra. I figured I don't know why. I just decided to catch it just because I was feeling silly and spontaneous. And yeah. Spoilers: I'm not using Drowsy. I'm sticking with Kadabra. But it is quite the pain to catch, which is why I'm glad I still have Butterfree because sleep. And I think this is it. Nope, no. He was being a pain. I think his catch rate might be kind of high. Does the catch rate say here? No, it just says rate of encounter. Well, if you're curious, the rate of encounter is 25%, so you have a 25% chance of finding him in Route 11. But yeah, and there's one of his creepy fucking Pokedex entries about how he like eats kids' dreams or some weird shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, that's the end of the part. So in the next part, I think we'll begin finally the fucking SSN shit and progressing along. So I kind of apologize. That was kind of just like a almost like a cleanup episode, but we'll be getting to where we need to go soon enough. So I'll see you guys then. Take care.